41, and first up we have 913 Day, and this event celebrates everything Wyandotte County. So the culture, the history, the community, there will be live entertainment, local vendors, and activities for all of the family to enjoy. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. on Friday at 7th Street and Minnesota Avenue in KCK. Next, we have Kansas City's Reggae Music and Jerk Festival. This is at Berkeley Riverfront, Friday from 5 to 11 p.m., Saturday noon to 11 p.m., and then Sunday from noon to 9 p.m. There will be authentic cuisines like jerk chicken, Caribbean food court, kids activities, reggae music, games, and vendors with items from across the world. General admission tickets are $20, or you can get a weekend pass for $45. Lewisburg Cider Mill Family Farms opening day is this weekend, starting at 8 a.m. on Friday. You can enjoy everything fall. You can scavenger hunt through a corn maze, pick out a pumpkin, wagon rides, farm animals, goats might be there, and enjoy some live music. Their hours are Fridays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then starting next week, they'll be open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. On the weekends, it's about $16, and during the week, it's about $13. Children 2 and under get in free. So that's a look at your weekend fun with 41.
You know I love pumpkin patch time. We already have our tickets.
Yeah. Here we go.
That is a big time when I miss having 2 and under children.
Oh, I know
as difficult as they are to wrangle at a pumpkin patch, sometimes it's. Okay, guys, come on. Yeah, they're all 2. It's fine. Like now it's like, how much do I have to pay for my 10-year-old twins?
It's fun.
Yeah, but I know we love going out there. They're already asking to get in the corn pit whenever we go. So.
Man, the apple cider donuts.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Lindsay?
I know. I was already checking my calendar. When can I make it to Lewisburg? That sounds so fun. Today we're going to see high temperatures back to the mid-80s, and then temperatures are going to cool down slightly tomorrow with thicker clouds due to remnants of Francine that make their way northward. However, that cool down very short-lived. We're in for a toastier weekend. We'll talk about that and how Chiefs Sunday looks next.
KSHP 41 News is sponsored by Gladstone Dodge. News starts right now.
Thanks to Super Bowls and a certain musical megastar, the Kansas City Chiefs have welcomed a lot of new fans over the last couple of seasons. This morning, we'll hear how Spanish broadcasters and social media accounts are appealing to Spanish-speaking fans in Chiefs Kingdom around the world.
And with the Chiefs taking on the Bengals this weekend, Mitch Holthus explains how a new player to Chiefs Kingdom and past Bengals player will help the Chiefs with their growing offense.
The 2024 Summer Olympics are over, but one Paralympian is already looking towards LA. I'm Caroline Hogan, and we follow up with one Paralympian about her time in Paris.
First this morning, Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas released more information today on a new effort to help businesses that have fallen victim to property crimes.
The mayor calls it his Back to Business Fund. The proposal would put $325,000 toward recovery and prevention. Specifically, it would offer up to $3,000 to businesses for repairs, up to $5,000 for security measures, benefiting businesses impacted by break-ins from July 1st of this year through July of next year. And all that money would come from the Violence Prevention and Intervention Fund.
Okay, Kansas City, Missouri police say 2 people were shot just before midnight near 40th and Norton. A man was shot on the porch of a house and died at the scene. A woman was also shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say nobody is in custody.
Another of the big stories we're following for you this morning. This is a live look in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome after Francine made landfall yesterday as a Category 2 hurricane in Louisiana. The storm further weakened as it moved north and turned into a tropical storm, which is what it's doing right now. This is what the flooding looked like after it hit yesterday. Hundreds of thousands of people without power still today. Several areas, of course, still flooded. A flash flood emergency was issued for parts of the New Orleans metro. High winds, you see the rain there, also reported. No deaths or injuries have been reported so far, but as we have seen many, many times, that can be really catastrophic as far as the flooding, so expensive to repair down there. It's a real problem.
And then we know the impacts go to the rest of the country. The path continues.
Yeah, look at all this rain spreading northward. It's mostly impacting Mississippi right now. Tropical storm Francine with these winds of 45 miles per hour. Of course, the energy source is the ocean, so as soon as it moves over land, it's going to weaken tremendously, but still bringing a lot of moisture with it through Georgia, through Alabama, but also the panhandle of Florida, where there's a tornado threat out there for today. Cloud cover associated with Francine is overhead. So there is some influence here in Kansas City from it as we're waiting for the sunrise here in about 20 minutes or so. A look outside from our Power and Light apartments so you can tell how cloudy it is to begin. Temperatures are much warmer on top of this as we are sitting in the middle and upper 60s region-wide, 66 in Independence, 65 Shawnee, Blue Springs is at 64, Gladstone and Parkville both at 65 degrees. This is between 10 and 15 degrees warmer than just 24 hours ago. But luckily the afternoon will not be as hot as it was yesterday. I think we're going to stop at about 86 because of the cloud cover, and there is some slight increase, a slight tick up in our humidity. We'll talk more about how that breaks down into your weekend in just a bit.
The Olympics and Paralympics are over, and athletes are coming home, some with medals, others without. But everyone is coming home with some memories. I'm Caroline Hogan, and we followed up with Rachel Watts, a Paralympian who competed in the triathlon, who reminded us you don't have to medal to feel successful.
We followed Rachel Watts as she's been training for the Paralympics. But nothing could prepare her for what she experienced in Paris.
Leading up was like this complex roller coaster of emotions that I really did not anticipate it to be that intense.
I caught up with Rachel over Zoom from Paris a few days after her race.
The race was hard. It was the hardest race of my life.
Aside from the emotions and swimming in the Seine, Rachel fell during the biking portion of the race, triggering symptoms from her multiple sclerosis.
Everything tightened up so bad on my right side, and so like my spine was twisting in shape as a result of the muscles that were just cramping super hard.
She got back up, coming in last, but still making it across the finish line, a feeling she said she'll carry with her forever.
It's hard to not smile whenever there's that many spectators that are screaming your country and screaming your name, and you know that you're wearing the flag on your chest.
This entire experience taught her there's no limit to what she can do.
Even the uncomfortable parts, they were uncomfortable in the way that they make you a stronger person for the future, a stronger athlete, and just like a more resilient individual.
Rachel may not be coming home with a medal this time, but she is coming home hungry for LA.
I felt last. I'm ready to feel a podium in 4 years.
And we'll be there as her journey continues. Caroline Hogan, KSHB 41 News.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Well, the Johnson County Library passed me the mic so that families of all backgrounds could learn pre-reading skills.
Los niños se preparan para leer mucho antes de comenzar la escuela y el conocimiento que los
This is all part of the library's 6x6 Ready to Read program, which launched 15 years ago in partnership with the Public Library Association. Now, the program encourages families to engage in activities and check out workshops, story times, and check out kits to help prepare your children for school and reinforce those reading skills. The program is available in both Spanish and English and can help non-Spanish speakers learn a new language.
We're a library, so we want to reach people where they are. We also recognize that a lot of our patrons are bilingual, and even if you already speak English really well and you want your child to be exposed to literature in Spanish, or if you are still learning the language, it's a great opportunity to learn alongside your kids.
And next week, the Johnson County Library will be celebrating their Early Literacy Week. So each branch will have giveaways and story times. So be on the lookout for that. More information can be found on their website, and we will post a link on kshb.com.
And what were you voicing for them? We've been talking about this.
Okay, so I learned English by going to the Johnson County Library at the Antioch branch.
Okay.
Because when I was growing up, I moved here in Kansas City from California, but my English wasn't very good. So I would go to the Johnson County Library, and their sweet librarians would help me just translate my homework into Spanish as best as they could.
Yeah.
And they really did teach me English, and thanks to them, I'm here. And
Does it change your life?
it really did change my life. So really take advantage of those community resources. It really changed my life and my family's life for the better.
I love that, Danielle. Thank you so much. Quick live look outside this morning at 6:37, 66 degrees. The sky is pink this morning.
Oh.
Beautiful outside. Full forecast coming up.
You have a story. Something to say.
KSHB 41, your home of the Chiefs. 1 week ago, they got that first season win.
And hoping to extend that with another this Sunday against the Bengals. Voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, explains how one player going from Cincinnati to KC could be a secret weapon.
It was another brilliant Brett Veach maneuver behind the scenes. The Chiefs play the Bengals this week. On August 30th, the Chiefs general manager pulled off a clutch move, signing running back Samaje Perine. Perine is best known in the Chiefs kingdom for his 41-yard touchdown reception in the 2021 AFC Championship game for the Bengals against the Chiefs. Perine fills a void, especially when you consider he's caught 115 passes the past 3 years, and 40 of those have been on third down. Perine was targeted 16 times the past 3 seasons on 3rd and 3 or more and made a first down 77% of the time. Last year, the Broncos called Perine the Chiefs killer. Now the Chiefs killer has joined the Chiefs on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, coming up at 6:53, how the NFL continues to go global and Spanish speakers get more access to Chiefs Kingdom.
And break-ins continue to impact local businesses around Kansas City. We'll hear KCPD's efforts to stop this ongoing trend.
You know, I view myself as an unofficial ambassador from St. Louis.
Today morning, let's run through some top stories for this morning. Francine has weakened to a tropical storm after hitting Louisiana as a Category 2 hurricane on Wednesday. Made landfall Wednesday evening with 100-mile-an-hour winds, knocking out power to more than 275,000 people in the state and dumping heavy rain across the state, but it's already moving north now. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump sprinting toward swing states ahead of the November election. Harris will hold rallies in Charlotte and Greensboro, North Carolina. Trump is heading to Tucson, Arizona this week.
The MTV Video Music Awards were last night, and Taylor Swift, of course, broke some records. She won the most awards of the night with 7 total, officially tied Beyonce for most wins by an artist with 30. She won the biggest award of the night, Video of the Year, with Post Malone, where she gave a shout out to Chiefs tight end, and she says, my boyfriend Travis Kelce.
Travis.
She also became the first artist to win Artist of the Year twice. Lindsay Anderson has watched the clip no fewer than 30 times.
Yeah, she's geeking out over there.
Here's your latest Kansas City forecast from meteorologist Lindsay Anderson.
Might have been late to work a little bit because I was scrolling too long in bed this morning. Yeah, that was an incredible highlight to see this morning. All right, here's a look outside. The sun is up, but we have plenty of clouds overhead this morning, kind of illuminating that pink hue in the sky this morning. Gorgeous out there as clouds continue to track northward. More tropical moisture heading our way as Francine tracks north through Mississippi, the center of circulation in the southwestern part of the state right now. And still, we're looking at those wind gusts. It looks like the latest update now is considering Francine a tropical depression. So that's a new update where max winds have come down to 35 miles per hour. Still, a lot of rain expected here. Arkansas through Georgia and the panhandle of Florida dealing with even that severe weather potential. The storm will continue to lift northward. Here's 5 o'clock today. Rain making its way through Tennessee, Kentucky, southeastern Missouri. Once it gets up to St. Louis, even close to Springfield, kind of dies down. That'll be for late tonight and tomorrow. We could notice a couple bands move into parts of our region, talking in our counties here in central Missouri. I think mostly staying away from Kansas City, but you'll just notice there's still some subtle influence of that storm through Saturday for a good part of Missouri. Today's high temperatures impacted slightly by the cloud cover. Still think it's going to be a warm day today, 86 degrees at the end of our school day for pickup for those after school activities. But the breezes are light. You will notice humidity start to tick up a little bit too. That Gulf of Mexico moisture unleashing as the storm is lifting north. And then on Friday, the clouds are thicker at this point. Temperatures are going to struggle because of that, starting off a little bit more warm in the morning and then only staying in the upper 70s during the afternoon. Don't think we're going to get a lot of sunshine in here on Friday. Thinking the sun will pop back out sometime Saturday afternoon or evening as that storm starts to break apart and kind of fizzle out to our southeast. I think the biggest change that you will notice is the increase in humidity. We're back to that muggy meter here by Saturday. quite humid with those dew points back in the upper 60s. So this does set the stage up for a hot Chiefs game on Sunday. Temperatures now pushing those upper 80s with the humidity. Might feel a little bit warmer. So something to keep in mind if you know your seats are more in the sun for the afternoon kick. 85 on Monday. You can see next week starts to turn a little bit more unsettled, but it remains warm. We'll see a stretch of those middle and upper 80s through next week.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Traffic is starting to pick up around Kansas City. Where I'm mostly concerned about is 435 southbound near Stadium Drive. Now, this is partly due to ongoing construction. Here's a live look from KC Scout cameras. You can see the southbound lanes. There's significant congestion, some bumper-to-bumper action. Again, this is all due to ongoing construction, which is here to stay until December. Your drive times, though, continue to be in great shape. Kansas City, I've been tracking this since 5:30 this morning. And take a look at this. Liberty, Olathe, and Blue Springs, you guys are good to go if you're coming to downtown KC. Back to you.
All right, Daniela, thank you very much. 6:48 this morning. Back to our big story this morning. Over the past few weeks, I mean, longer than that even, we have told the story of local business owners who have been the victims of break-ins in Kansas City.
We've talked about it basically all summer long, really. Just in the last week, at least 8 businesses that we know of were hit. Not just one area of town either. I know it's tough to see with this map. You pointed out earlier, here's the river here, but all these yellow dots here indicate some type of property crime. We've heard from owners and staff from businesses in Waldo all the way to Brookside, all over town.
At West Plaza, Westport, Midtown, Crossroads, West Bottom, Stockyards at least, who've had to board up their doors, fix their glass, and in some moments fear for their safety.
We're all locally owned around here. We can't necessarily afford something like this all the time.
Because this is like our home. We made it our home. But with all the issues happening, they're taking all our savings, you know.
You know, each time something like this happens, it costs me roughly around, a couple thousand.
I mean, that is a huge hit for a small business. So we aim to amplify the voices of these businesses. We've spoken to not only the mayor, but also KCPD and a local nonprofit who's hoping to try to be a part of the solution to violence, starting with teens.
Let's get to KSHP 41 News reporter Marlon Martinez live for us this morning at the site of another location that had seen some of this crime. You also spoke to KCPD. What do they say about this ongoing trend, Marlon?
Yeah, they tell me that they're working around the clock to bring attention to this ongoing trend. So you'll start seeing more officers in unmarked vehicles and also more officers walking around these areas that they're seeing major break-ins happening, just like here in City Market, where we just saw Blue Nile Cafe, and just right next door we have Enzo that was broken into just yesterday. On your screens, you're taking a look at some surveillance video that they provided for us showing 2 people breaking in around 2:57 a.m. yesterday morning. This is similar to so many other break-ins we've seen over the past several weeks. KCPD says these investigations take time. In the meantime, they're adding more staff to bring more attention to these impacted areas.
I know you guys know who they are, or this is the same guy that did it last week. Why are they not in jail? Well, sometimes we do take people into custody and they're released because we just don't have sufficient evidence at this time to be able to nail them down and say, hey, you're going to go to jail for these crimes right now, because we're still investigating other things that they could be involved in.
KCPD says they think the same people are responsible for a lot of these, so they're asking and encouraging people to report anything. Any little information can help them in their cases. Back to you all.
So Marlon, we know the Crossroads area has also been impacted by break-ins like this. You talked to a business owner there. What are they doing potentially on their own? Can they do anything on their own? We've seen what happens after, where they're having to board up places, but is there anything they can do preemptively?
Yeah, so one of the local business owners that I was able to speak with told me that they got a grant, and they're going to hopefully use that grant to add more security. And that's on top of the added officers that KCPD is adding to that area.
I mean, the speed in which you can break a window, though, it's tough to be everywhere.
You see it in the video.
All at once.
Very, very quickly.
All right, thank you very much, Marlon.
So on the topic of security, the string of break-ins has led the mayor to propose a back-to-business fund, he calls it.
So he plans to talk about that proposal in a news conference. That's coming up this afternoon. What we do know is the proposal would put $325,000 toward recovery and prevention, offering up to $3,000 for repairs and up to $5,000 for security measures benefiting businesses impacted by break-ins. This would apply to businesses who have had break-ins from July 1st through July of next year, and money would come from the Violence Prevention and Intervention Fund. The mayor is also expected to propose an ordinance for an automated camera enforcement system, which he says would reduce collisions and improve public safety while also freeing up officers to focus on more pressing community needs.
Another plan of the mayor's was to reintroduce a booking and holding space on the 8th floor of KCPD headquarters to facilitate more arrests. This used to exist, but less than a decade ago, it was done away with. So to reintegrate this, the space would cost about $16 million, have room for 144 people, 55 overnight beds, and detainees could be held there for 72 hours. Grant Stevens told us yesterday morning that right now, many of these people who are arrested have to be bused more than an hour away to be held someplace else.
You can find more on the stories we've been covering regarding these break-ins, solutions to violence, and other stories on our website at kshb.com.
Well, KSHB 41 is your home of the Chiefs, and the Kansas City Chiefs' back-to-back Super Bowl wins have captivated global headlines. We know this, and that's helped draw in new fans to Chiefs Kingdom and pushing the growth of Spanish-speaking football fans from around the world. As a voice for everyone, we pass the mic over to the voices behind Chiefs en Español and Spanish-speaking broadcasters who break down why the Chiefs are appealing to the passion of Hispanic NFL fans like never before.
Chiefs Kingdom, a fan base unlike any other with passionate fans posted around the globe.
Reconocen nuestro fanatismo, los latinos somos muy apasionados, eso es verdad.
Samba Digital is an international digital agency helping the Chiefs and other teams manage their global presence. The agency helps run Chiefs Español, formerly known as Chiefs Mexico, which is now the top NFL social media account in Spanish.
Nuestra cuenta hizo algo diferente a otras, que fue empezar a hablarle al fan mexicano de su manera, no solo en su idioma, que es el español.
And these diehard fans are forging lasting bonds with the Kansas City Chiefs by including the team in their most beloved traditions. Whether it's hosting a Chiefs fiesta in the floating gardens of Xochimilco or integrating the team in Dia de los Muertos celebrations.
Estamos haciendo es hacer sentir al fan que el club se preocupa por él, ¿no? O sea, hacer sentir que no es como un fan más. Tenemos a nuestros compañeros.
And the Chiefs' craze among Spanish-speaking fans is also catching the eye of other NFL teams who are trying to connect with Spanish-speaking fans and turning to companies like Tico Sports to help them out.
People are starting to take notice and are starting to want to provide resources and cater to our Latino community.
Tico Sports is a KC-based Spanish-language sports broadcasting company and is now partnering with 6 NFL teams as the official Spanish-language radio partner. Their success is currently on display at Union Station.
The more storytelling in Spanish we provide to them allows them to engage more with the teams, to feel more as proper fans.
And Samba Digital says the relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift has also given the Chiefs an extra boost among Hispanic NFL fans. We love just romance here, Latinos we do. So they also collaborated with the Chiefs to release the team's first ever docuseries completely in Spanish following Mexican Chiefs fans throughout the last NFL season. That's available on YouTube, and we will have a link to that on KSHB.com. So go check it out.
Really cool, really cool.
And I mean, you meet people where they are is the message of that.
Yes.
And I really like that about the Chiefs
Yes.
being proactive about that.
And it's not just translating content, it's speaking to them in their own way. And again,
There's a difference.
They have the most followers than any other NFL team based on their Spanish accounts.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
More than the Raiders and the Cowboys.
We love that.
And we love that.
The demand that Tico Sports continues to see.
6
Amazing.
NFL teams, and they started in Kansas City.
That's right.
They're good people over there at Tico. They really are.
That's
Thanks,
fantastic.
Weather today?
Yeah, heating up a little bit out there. We're going to see highs in the mid-80s again. The cloud cover's in place from the remnants of Francine that continues to lift through the Gulf states, mostly impacting Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia at the moment, but starting to spread into Tennessee and Arkansas. 79 tomorrow, so a little cooler, and then we'll notice less influence of Francine. That means more sunshine through the weekend. And yeah, Chiefs Sunday, getting a little toasty. 87 degrees likely. That'll be your kickoff temp too.
Man,
Have some sunscreen type games
I
early
would
in the
say
season.
so.
We look forward to that. Remember, we got another hour of local news coming up on 38 The Spot. You can switch over right now.
It's to give kids with intellectual disabilities a place to be a part of.
And I'm grateful that Channel 41 is a station that allows that to happen.
What matters to you matters to us.
KSHP. A voice for everyone. KSHP 41 News starts right now.
And property crimes are impacting many local businesses across the Kansas City metro area. Why some businesses say they want change? Those details coming up.
Coming up, hear from small business owners in the City Market and West Bottoms area about the string of break-ins that happened early Wednesday morning and what solutions they'd like to see.
A local organization is working to help our students and their families get into safer situations.
From kindergarten to 12th grade, I lived in 18 homes across 3 states. And to me, that felt normal.
We're hearing how they're helping families get safe and stable housing.
Good morning, I'm Ray Daniel. We'll get to those stories shortly, but first let's go ahead and get a check of the weather from meteorologist Lindsay Anderson.
All right, Ray, thank you so much. We now have tropical depression Francine, so continuing to weaken over land as it lifts north through Mississippi right now, but there's still a large shield of rain that's making its way into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then through parts of Alabama and Georgia this morning. Cloud cover is certainly drifting in our area due to Francine nearby, and these temperatures have held steady in the middle and upper 60s all morning long. I do see one area like Richmond, Missouri at 58 and St. Joseph is at 59. But for the majority of us, temperatures are sitting 10, for some 15 degrees warmer than yesterday morning, and it will be another toastier afternoon. Not as hot as yesterday because of clouds. 86 degrees today, but cooler tomorrow. We'll talk more about that next.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Your time right now is 7:01. Okay, Kansas City, you definitely want to leave early this morning because traffic is starting to pick up throughout the Kansas City metro area, whether you're coming from Johnson County, as you can see on my overall wide view map, or the Northland. Just expect congestion throughout this morning. Take a look at this. I-70 eastbound at Woodland Drive. We're seeing some bumper-to-bumper action along I-70 eastbound as all of those drivers are trying to head towards downtown Kansas City. At this time, I don't think you need to find an alternate route. This is just what you should expect this time of the morning. Your drive times, they're still in good shape. Liberty to downtown, Olathe to downtown, and Blissford to downtown. You are ready to go.
A man is dead and a woman is injured after a shooting near 40th and Norton Avenue last night. Police say they found a man shot on the porch of a nearby home around 11:45. He died on the scene. A woman was also shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they don't have any suspects right now. We'll let you know if we learn any updates.
Business owners around the Kansas City metro area are concerned in the property crimes we've seen lately, despite Kansas City Police Department saying they've seen a decrease in property crimes since last year. I'm KSHB 41 News reporter Marla Martinez, and we pass the mic to local business owners on the impact in law enforcement on how they're working around the clock. KCPD says they're using the resources available to them to find those responsible. They believe the same people are committing a lot of these crimes, and any evidence they collect can help them in their case. So they're really encouraging people to report anything they see, even if you don't think it's that big of a deal.
Call police anytime you see something suspicious, even if it takes us a minute to get there. No, we're coming. We are coming. We are going to get there. And call for everything. I don't care if you think it's mundane. Call, because we're going to show up, and you could be preventing a crime. And the more our presence is prevalent in an area, the more the bad guys are going to say, maybe we should go somewhere else.
KCPD says people should expect to see more patrol cars and more officers walking around. They also asked for you to report any break-ins as soon as possible, as that could help with their investigation. Reporting in Kansas City, Marla Martinez, KSHB 41 News.
Right here in the heart of City Market, a business to my left and to my right were both hit overnight early Wednesday morning in what appeared to be a string of business break-ins. I'm Rachel Henderson, and I talked to business owners here in the City Market and West Bottoms area about what solutions they'd like to see.
What do a donut shop, cocktail bar, bistro, and Ethiopian cafe all have in common? Overnight break-ins.
It's a very, very bad situation.
The 3 City Market businesses we visited were within feet of each other. Surveillance footage from Enzo's shows 2 people breaking in around 2:57 a.m.
You feel a sense of violation, and you feel a sense of despair.
At the same time,
I kind of felt like we were due.
As crimes have traveled to the West Bottoms, so is this mentality.
We were hoping maybe in the West Bottoms that we were, in a little pocket where maybe they, wouldn't come down this way.
Now that they have, they're searching for solutions.
We feel a lot of community support, but we're looking for some kind of leadership to step up and say, here's what we can do to help small businesses right now.
Andrew Cameron at Donatology wants the same thing.
I call upon the leaders, specifically the mayor and police chief, to do something about this.
He's willing to try anything to prevent a scene like this again.
There's business leaders within the River Market that are looking at banding together, perhaps hiring private security.
No one was present or hurt at these businesses, but that fear remains.
I think the most important thing is to get this under control now while it's just property damage so that it doesn't become something more.
For now, they're picking up the pieces. Still vigilant enough to press on. Rachel Henderson, KSHB 41 News.
The recent string of break-ins has led to Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas proposing a back-to-business fund. It would put $325,000 toward recovery and prevention, offering up to $3,000 for repairs and up to $5,000 for security measures, benefiting businesses impacted by break-ins from July 1st through July of next year. Money would come from the Violence Prevention and Intervention Fund. Mayor Lucas is expected to share more details on the proposal today. The mayor is also expected to propose an ordinance for an automated camera enforcement system, which he says would reduce collisions and improve public safety, while also freeing up officers to focus more on pressing community needs. A man faces felony charges in connection with the burglary at a Walgreens in the Waldo area early Tuesday morning. George Carter has been charged with second-degree burglary and first-degree property damage. Carter is accused of breaking in through the drive-through window. Witnesses also say they saw him carrying trash bags filled with what is believed to be prescription drugs. Prosecutors have requested a $50,000 bond.
I'm KSHB 41 I-Team reporter Sarah Plake, and we've learned that the young woman who escaped Timothy Hazlitt's house is still out on the street. She's still homeless, and that's why the Clay County Prosecutor's Office just filed a new motion.
A motion filed in Clay County Circuit Court is asking a judge to allow the living victim in the Timothy Hazlitt case to give her testimony on video. The prosecutor's office explained they want to preserve her testimony because she is an essential witness, also because she's homeless, struggling with substance abuse, and lives in a crime-ridden part of the metro. The motion says Hazlitt, quote, should not gain an advantage from targeting a person living on the margins of society.
It does break my heart because the times that I have met her, I let her know that we're here for her.
Michelle Newton says the young woman, only known publicly by the last name of Jones, came to Relentless Pursuit Outreach and Recovery after she escaped what she called a dungeon in Hazlitt's house. Jones said Hazlitt paid her to come to his house in September 2022, where he raped, tortured, and assaulted her for a month. Newton says justice for women like Ms. Jones is rare.
It is her chance, and I'm just hoping that that maybe someone will let her know that she needs to come to RPOR or get in touch with you or someone so that she can get that her story out there, her testimony, so that we can put this guy away forever.
The prosecutor's office also said in its motion that the survivor witnessed other incriminating statements Hazlitt made. In addition to a slew of charges related to Jones's case, Hazlitt is also facing a first-degree murder charge in the death of Janie Crosdale. Crosdale was found in a blue barrel in summer 2023. She also had an unstable life on the street, but Newton described her as bright and witty. Hazlitt is back in court on September 17th. Sarah Plake, KSHB 41 News.
We continue to address issues of homelessness in the metro and the work being done to change lives, and that includes our young people. According to the McKinney-Vento Act data, there are more than 1,700 students who are homeless in Kansas City public schools. In South Kansas City alone, there are more than 1,000 students who are homeless, and in the Center School District, 130 students. KSHB 41 News reporter Megan Abundis shares how one organization is successfully housing families and getting them off the government assistance.
We're talking bunked up, we're talking couch surfing, we're talking in a hotel, in a car. All of that constitutes as homelessness for a child. And please don't forget about them.
In 2 years, Stephanie Boydson with Serve the World Charities has successfully graduated 18 Center School District families from homelessness.
68% of our families are no longer on government assistance.
She says the success of their program proves itself, especially when a client told her this.
Miss Stephanie, I had to pay taxes. I said, welcome, we've been waiting. And and they don't understand that this is a big moment. And I told her, I said, I understand, paying taxes, it kind of sucks, but this is what we've been talking about. This is how we give back to the community that's been pouring into you.
This is the best part of it. The growth is what I'm looking for.
Same case for Anitris Jones. Her family was homeless, but these steps in South KC
it just showed that all my hard work is paid off.
Are to her new home that she's funded for nearly 1 year. For 1 year, the whole family got to work.
Yeah, I think it, I say it, I mean it, I do it, just do it. This is my little small office space that I use on a daily basis. This is my lab where I cook at.
Through grants and fundraising, Kevin Jean Paul led Anitris to a roof, a car, food, and then long-term employment.
See them put in the work, seeing them going through the process of stages of change and then get to the point where they are now, it's amazing.
A year ago, I didn't see myself being here. I did not, and I thank God.
Anitris started a catering business, is in cooking school, and says she's parenting better.
If you are put in a situation that you can grow and do better, because you can.
Megan Abundis, KSHB 41 News.
Starting in 2025, Serve the World Charities will soon expand to Raytown, serving about 375 families who are homeless. And you can find more information in this story over on our website at kshb.com.
Some new lofts downtown are hoping to bring more people to the area. I'm Caroline Hogan, and we talked to a business owner right across the street about how it would impact her salon.
It was a big Wednesday on UMKC's campus for students, faculty, and the community. I'm Ryan Gamboa for KSHB 41 at a groundbreaking ceremony to promote UMKC's mission of equity in healthcare.
Coverage of the Kansas City Current on KSHB 41 is sponsored by Tech.
Of UMKC's $100 million investment in a healthcare delivery and innovation center. I'm Ryan Gamboa for KSHB 41 in Kansas City at a groundbreaking ceremony that's bridging the gap between equity in healthcare and education.
A commemoration of well-being.
To devise and create new ways to improve the health of underserved residents in Kansas City.
In the heart of Crown Center.
This is the first piece of a mosaic that we're going to build out here.
A $145 million investment thanks to various contributions. Aiding patient reluctancy while considering treatment.
I know a lot of people that don't want to go to the doctor, they don't want to go to the dentist because it's way too expensive. Health insurance is hard to come by.
Vulnerability voiced by Calvary Baptist Church.
Almost criminal to think that where you live dictates your morbidity rates.
Reverend Williams and his congregation are patient education advisors, educating low-income and minority groups as healthcare disparities are waning.
We've seen it come a long way, and so a big piece of it is being able to trust researchers and institutions.
This is going to be an easy location for people to get to that's going to provide so many different services.
Where education and innovation
there are rock stars that we need to support and bless with our trust.
Are paving physicians and patients' way. In Kansas City, Ryan Gamboa, KSHB 41 News.
Here's your latest Kansas City forecast from meteorologist Lindsay Anderson.
All right, everybody, just clicked over to 716 and we're watching a very pretty sunrise underway here from the Power and Light Apartments camera, eastern sky. You can tell plenty of clouds kind of illuminating with this pink and orange hue in our sky. Really is quite gorgeous. These high clouds in place this morning, all a part of the remnants of Francine that continues to lift northward. Right now, that rain getting up to Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, and over through central Arkansas at the moment. It's currently a tropical depression now as the system continues to weaken over land. Of course, the ocean is its life source, so as it's not over the ocean, it's going to lose steam. But look at still all of the moisture that expands through Alabama, Georgia, and even the panhandles of Florida, where that severe risk is going to be in place for today. This evening or this afternoon, here's 5 p.m. Western Tennessee, really heavy rainfall. It's now moving into southeastern Missouri and Arkansas. We are right on that western edge where rain could get up to area areas like Marshall, Chillicothe, Sedalia, through Clinton potentially. But as these bands approach KC tonight into tomorrow, many of those showers kind of weaken and fall apart. We'll continue to look at some influence on Saturday for parts of the area, especially in central and eastern Missouri. So something to note for the Mizzou football game Saturday afternoon. 86 degrees today. It is going to be a warm day. Remember, those clouds certainly in place, but temperatures are still going to be fairly warm and maybe a little bit more humid too. The Gulf of Mexico moisture kind of unleashing now in the Midwest. 81 for lunch and 86 degrees by pickup and for those after school activities. 79 on Friday, and the thicker clouds will limit just how warm we get on Friday. I think it will be a struggle a little bit in the upper 70s. And Saturday is just based on how quickly our skies clear, how much sunshine peeks through. We'll see those temperatures, I think, sit somewhere in those low to mid 80s. I think every single day the biggest weather change that you'll start to notice is an increase, a tick up of our humidity, really starting to feel it Saturday, and it does bring us to more summer-like football on Sunday. Remember, it's an afternoon kick, so temperatures, or at least will be the hottest point of the day, will be there around that 3 to 4 o'clock kick. 87 degrees expected and staying warm next week.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Your time right now is 7:18. Shout out to Kansas City for making my job easy this morning. As you can see from my overall wide view map, it's been a slow morning, which is very good news. That means you guys are being safe out there. I've been tracking the road since 5:30, and I'm proud to report that there haven't been any major accidents or delays. The one thing I'm concerned about, though, it is rush hour, and we're starting to see some significant congestion along 435 southbound at Stadium Drive. And you can see this is due to that construction taking place, which is here to stay until December. At this time, I don't think you need to plan for an alternative route. Just be on the lookout. Plan to leave your house a little bit earlier if you're heading out towards downtown Kansas City or anywhere else.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kansas City announced a new expanded headquarters in the Crossroads. Leaders bought the historic Taylor building, which is right next door to their current office space. The nearly 25,000 square foot space will be remodeled to offer expanded spaces for events, workshops, activities, and learning opportunities for bigs and littles. The hope is to honor the organization's legacy while serving the community for a long time to come.
Over the last 6 decades, we have enriched the lives of 120,000 people in Kansas City. We believe that Big Brothers Big Sisters as a mission has had a tremendous impact on the city because of our longevity and the impact of the one-to-one relationship that many times lasts a lifetime. There are multiple generations now of bigs, littles, and families who've been involved.
Construction will likely start next spring after a fundraising campaign.
I'm Caroline Hogan. Take a look at these new lofts behind me. The Midland Lofts in downtown Kansas City near the Midland Theater. This building was built in the early 1900s and has that historic feel on the outside with a more modern twist on the inside. It's part of a growing trend to renovate older buildings downtown with the hope that it'll bring more people down here as well.
For Rye Spillman, it's the walkability that brought her to downtown Kansas City.
So I can just walk to work every day, which is super nice.
And it's that foot traffic that helps her salon, Downtown Hair Lounge, get new clients.
Obviously, convenience means a lot to people these days, and for people to just be able to, walk out their door and come get their hair cut.
The new Midland Lofts across the street on Baltimore don't just bring more customers, it's helping to revamp the area.
We've long had a goal of 40,000 residents downtown. We're just over 32,000 right now, so we want to see that number keep climbing.
The space with 135 studio apartments was built in 1927, but has been vacant for years. It's the third historic property Cordish, the property owner, has renovated downtown, a trend that Jared Campbell with the Downtown Council believes is helping to revitalize the area.
We're not just building new buildings that maybe are cookie cutter or all glass, but we're preserving our historic architecture.
As a downtown resident herself, Rye's on board because it's better for local businesses.
I can't wait to go nosy around and go check out what they've actually done.
Bringing an area with so much history back to its former glory.
I cover growth and development in the Kansas City Metro. If you have a story idea, scan that QR code to send me an email. Reporting in downtown Kansas City, Caroline Hogan, KSHB 41 News.
The Lyrics Institution is an organization trying to be part of the solution to stop violence in Kansas City. I'm KSHB 41 News reporter Olivia Acree with more on how they want to help. trying to solve violence in Kansas City, one being the Lyrics Institution, who aim their efforts at helping teens. I'm KSHP 41 News reporter Olivia Acree, and sharing the story of a teen who turned his life around because of their program.
Artez Thomas is graduating from a Lyrics program and even has an internship with the organization where he works with young teens. The founder, Kyle Hollins, wants to make sure young people exposed to violence in our city are exposed to something positive as well. He says the teens who participate are often coming from hardship. Lyrics gives them the space and guidance needed to forget about what's happening outside, to focus on themselves. Thomas says the program helped him learn the magnitude of real-world skills, how to stay away from crime, and how to handle crime around him.
I done been in situations where I could have went left instead of going right, and I could have been in a whole different place. Who's to say I wouldn't even be able to be here, because I'd probably be going through something else. So with me having the mindset that I already got, so I'm kind of like, I'm already putting pieces of the puzzle together.
Lyrics is hosting a gala Thursday night to raise money to reach more young people in KC and to build a Lyrics Institution Center where they'll have a dedicated space to host all of their programs on site. Visit KSHP.com for more information. In Kansas City, Olivia Acree, KSHP 41 News.
Who's funding the abortion rights amendment on Missouri's ballot? Well, opponents say most of the money is coming from out of the state. We're taking a closer look.
Business owners, families, older Kansans.
We cover news about Amendment 3. That's the amendment Missouri voters will see in November to restore abortion rights in the state. Opponents this week have really come out saying that most of the funding for this amendment is coming from out of state.
I would go to searches.
Jeff Gerling loves numbers.
You can find where the money is being spent.
He's been a campaign treasurer and now works as a Democratic strategist. This week, he's seen the videos,
push back on these out-of-state special interests,
and tweets from Republican groups and leaders like Mike Kehoe, repeating out-of-state groups are funding the abortion amendment in Missouri.
Missouri is not unique to that. Every state has to deal with this.
Gerling reviewed the campaign finance reports from Missourians for Constitutional Freedom with us. This group collected signatures to get a vote about abortion rights on the ballot.
There was a $10, $15, $50, $5.
In the last quarterly report, the group said it had $1.9 million in the bank, but had collected more than $7 million over the course of the campaign. Opponents point to one donation of $3.5 million from the 1630 Fund based in Washington, D.C. We went to the organization's website, where it admits it supports progressive causes, and it has a history of funding pro-abortion rights movements. Kehoe's campaign doubled down, calling the group's donation dark money.
You're always going to get out-of-state money in competitive races.
Gerling admits tracking donations to PACs can be more slippery than donations to candidates, but PACs support causes on both sides of the political aisle.
There's not necessarily a limit on how much money you can give to a political action committee. There are limits on what you can give to a campaign committee.
We also reached out to the Amendment 3 campaign directly, and the campaign manager sent us a statement saying that this effort, this movement, is powered by everyday Missourians. They pointed out that more than 380,000 Missourians signed this petition to get it on the ballot. I'm Charlie Keegan, KSHP 41 News.
Here's your latest Kansas City forecast from meteorologist Lindsay Anderson.
All right, thank you, Charlie. The sun is up, but it is a cloudy beginning to the day. The clouds all a part of what was Hurricane Francine, now a tropical depression, so it continues to fall apart a little bit. It is a little bit more humid out there this morning too, noticing our temperatures and our dew points tick up a bit. Upper 50s for that moisture content in the air. The last week or so, we've woken up to the 40s. So a little bit of a change for us this morning. You can see around the KC Metro, many of us are in the middle and upper 60s, 64 Independence, 65 OP, Shawnee, Leawood, and Bonner Springs. Now for the afternoon, we're still jumping in the mid-80s despite the cloud cover. Some of us could be slightly cooler based on how thick the clouds are. I think we'll feel that more so tomorrow with a high of about 79. Very small chance of a rain shower. I think that'll mostly stay across the central and eastern part of Missouri. But you could tell as clouds clear out, the heat builds in too. We'll talk more about that next.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Time right now is 7:30. Okay, you definitely want to leave early, Kansas City. Again, we're starting to see congestion build up throughout the Kansas City metro area, whether you're coming from Johnson County, taking the Grandview Triangle, or coming from the Northland and taking I-29 southbound. Right now, here's a live look at some of our congested areas. The downtown loop, I-670 eastbound, that is, at Locust. You can see right now traffic is moving along at a slower pace than you guys may be used to, but everything is going according to plan. Here's a look at your drive times heading towards downtown Kansas City. Despite those challenges that you just saw there, again, they continue to remain in great shape.
2024 marks 30 years since the landmark Violence Against Women Act was signed into law, impacting the Department of Justice, state prosecutors, and law enforcement agencies around the country. 3 decades later, those who helped pass the law are proud of its legacy, but still believe more work must be done. It has been 30 years since historic hearings.
I nearly died, and I am permanently paralyzed.
And then an unprecedented bill became law. The Violence Against Women Act instructed the Department of Justice to set up the Office on Violence Against Women, which administers funds and helps craft policies for communities around the country to reduce domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and more. Over $4 billion in taxpayer funds have been administered to communities since it became law. The White House estimates between 1993 to 2022, domestic violence rates dropped by 67%, in part because of the law.
This didn't exist before. There were no victims advocates for sexual assault. There were no special units. SVU didn't really exist.
Victoria Nurse helped write this bill as a Senate staffer working for then Senator Joe Biden at the time. She says it may sound hard to believe, but this was considered a controversial bill in the 90s, and it took years to pass. Victims had a hard time then prosecuting their abusers. Even some progressives feared too many may go to jail if the bill became law.
There was a period in which lawyers thought that you had to give psychiatric exams for victims because it was hysterical.
The abuse hotline this law created has resulted in over 7 million calls since it launched. Nurse says 30 years ago there were only 2 female senators, which is why Biden's role is considered so consequential.
He figured he only had one shot, and I frankly didn't think he was going to get it over the finish line.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers this week are marking the milestone with ideas to modernize the law.
I have been victim to non-consensual deepfake pornography.
The technology is so good that you cannot discern that these videos are not real.
The Democratic Women's Caucus hosted a bipartisan discussion on how the internet is an area where new laws are needed.
Deepfake pornography is a form of sexual violence. It's a form of digital sexual violence.
At the White House Thursday, over 1,000 sexual assault survivors and activists will gather to tell their story and honor President Biden's legacy. The White House says new grants will be announced too, including a new effort to combat cybercrimes. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
And the mystery goats that no one knows where they came from that ended up on the Kansas City riverfront are finally gone. They have been taken in and now they're safe. We'll show you how they did it in a little bit.
The Invicta Fighting Championships will stage their 500th fight next week at Memorial Hall, right here in Kansas City, Kansas. The woman who pioneered the mixed martial arts organization is from the Kansas City area. We'll introduce you to Shannon Knapp coming up next.
KSHB 41 weather is sponsored by
you about the mystery goats that were hanging out on the Kansas City riverfront. No one knows where they came from. No one knows how they got here, but take a look at this. Look what you see now. An empty concrete pad with no goats on it. As of yesterday morning, all of the goats have finally been captured after weeks of evading it, and now they're safe and sound.
10 troublemakers have been on the lam for weeks. Casey Pet Project got 3 of them, but called in the cavalry for the 7 remaining.
Feeling good about this one?
The goats had an advantage. The terrain out here is far more fit for them.
So just the terrain in this environment made this capture exceedingly difficult. There's a steep bank going down to the river just behind me, and then it's full of bushes, sharp rocks, unstable terrain.
But the people had a counter, building barriers to corral